Yeah, today we are discussing the role of line managers in as far as human resource management processes are concerned. So we need to appreciate that line managers plays a significant role when it comes to human resource management, and I think a huge percentage of human resource management activities are always performed by the line managers. So we need to appreciate that what kind of challenges the line managers tend to face whenever they are doing their operations, and also the role of human resource management committees in human resource management processes. So if you look at the processes of human resource management, you start with, for example, the human resource planning, where you need to look at the supply and the demand side of human resource side. And when there is a surplus, you need to retrench, and also when there's a shortfall, you need to recruit, train, or promote at some times. And you find all these processes, the line managers are key when it comes to who should be recruited or who should be trained and even who should be promoted. And also there is also another process under human resource management which the line managers have to perform, like the review of policies and also the terms and conditions of service. There's no the HR department to do this process on its own, but it requires the support of the line managers. And at the same time, there's also another important process, which is the job analysis, where you need to come up with the job descriptions, and so you rely on the line managers who knows what happens in the job, and they can be able to give you. So the HR will just support in terms of the standarding setup of the job description, but the key issues always come from the line managers in terms of the qualifications required and all that. Shortlisting, you might also see that the people who are responsible for shortlisting could be the line managers and also with support of other people, but the key people who are they know what the job requires are the people who are supposed to do the shortlisting. Likewise, the interviews, there's no way, for example, an HR can competently recruiting an ICT officer, but it requires maybe the ICT manager to be part and parcel of the interview. So the interviews also, the line managers tend to play a critical role. And also there is also another process which is the induction and orientation, and this induction and orientation is also done by the line managers in terms of what the job requires and also what is it that they require as a department. And at the same time, we talk about issues of training. These are the people who are supposed to train the employees, but also even to identify the training needs. So all these things are done by the line managers. You talk about issues of promotion, who should be recommended for promotion, and how do you prepare employees for promotion. Also, these things are done by the line managers. Likewise, performance management, who is supposed to have agreed the key performance indicators with the employees, are the line managers, and also who are supposed to assessing the performance of the employees are the line managers. Management of emotions, yeah, because the employees are always with their managers. The line managers are responsible for managing of emotions of their employees. Stress management, issues of counseling, coaching and mentoring, disciplinary management. Yeah, you might find that whenever there are some deficiencies in the employee, the line manager has to report, and also maybe where there's theft, the line manager has to report, and they're also involved in the disciplinary hearing itself. Likewise, issues of the grievance management, whenever the employees have got some complaints, the line manager is the first person to attend to such kind of complaints. You might find also issues of separation management, whenever employees are leaving the organization, who is supposed to do the handovers and all that. So the employees tend to hand over their work to the line managers, and the line managers will be able to choose who will be responsible for that task. Issues of motivation, team building, transfers, recommending even for transfers. These are HR processes, but the line manager are key to do that kind of work. Issues of safety, who are going to see the safety within the department or the organization, the line managers are key. Workers' compensation management, or even during strikes, pension guidance, the line manager is able to help employees to understand how pension works, and retirement planning. He should be able to know who is retiring and when, and who is going to fill that position when someone has retired, for example. Issues of management of sexual harassment. When the department there are some issues of sexual harassment, the line manager is responsible for managing such kind of issues and how to mitigate such kind of issues. Gender management, in terms of how many females or males the organization has to employ. The line manager, the HR will support, but the line manager is also key to such kind of a process. Issues of disability, how is an office disability friendly? So it's also the role of the line manager. Leave management, annual leave, sick leave, and all that. The line manager will be able to approve and or disapprove such kind of working hours. Who manages the work hours? Overtime management, who can approve to say this one has to work for overtime and all that. So you might find that all these issues are always done by the line managers. And also you need to think of to say there are certain policies which are also related to the HR, but commonly the line managers have to be involved in development of such kind of policies. For example, training policies, recruitment policies, terms and conditions of service, promotion policy, safety health policy, retirement policy, among other policies. So you might find that even when you have got committees within the organization, the line managers are key to partake in such kind of committees like the interview panel committee, the disciplinary committee, but also the training committee. These are some of the things which are very, very important, and even the grievance committee, even unions, HIV/AIDS and workplace committee. You find if issues of COVID committees and also maybe shortlisting committees, these are all done by the line managers. So that's what we need to appreciate, to say the line managers have got a critical role to play when it comes to management of human resource management. But the question we should understand is, do they understand these critical roles that they have to perform? So there are also some challenges which are related to the lack of knowledge of the line managers in terms of the HR processes and also the labor laws. But also sometimes some line managers are not interested to take part in the activities of HR, like for example, process of disciplining. And also there's also some biases when it comes to performance management. It could be positive or negative, but they all do these things because maybe they're not aware of how processes of performance management have to be carried out. But also sometimes the manager can impose on who should be recruited because they don't understand how recruitment has to be done. So you find that the line managers have critical role. They play a lot of higher percentage of what they do to ensure that they are able to manage the human resource. And also it takes a lot of time if they are not aware of what needs to be done. So what is important therefore is for each and every organization to have people or line managers who understand what HRM is all about. So it's always important to train them, like programs like HR for managers, which also can be critical to the role of the line managers in terms of how they perform their functions. So this marks the end of this session. I would like to thank you all for watching. I hope we'll be able to meet next time. Thank you.